Is trucking a tough job? Well, it would depend on what your definition of tough is. Is it physically demanding? Not really, but it can be. If you're hauling food to fast food joints or supermarkets, you have to unload that entire trailer yourself. Or if you're a household goods mover, like you and your family are moving somewhere, you hire a moving company. It depends what kind of truck you get, but you can get a semi truck that's got a trailer, and they come in and they package all your stuff up and put it in the trailer, and then they take it to your new home and then they unload it. That is another physically demanding job. Or if you haul a flatbed, some loads require a tarp to be placed over the product, whatever's on the flatbed, and you have to tarp that up, rain or shine, cold or hot, whatever. It doesn't matter what the weather is, whether it's pouring rain or snowing or the sun is beating down on you. Those guys have to tarp those loads. And I've never personally done that, so I can't attest to how tough it is, but I imagine it isn't very easy. Those types of driving jobs can be physically demanding. However, being a trucker can be tough in other ways. For example, if you're an over-the-road guy like me, you spend long stretches of time away from home, away from your family, your friends, and most importantly, your pets. I have a little rugrat named Harley, and I miss her all the time. Your friends and family post fun things they're doing together on social media or events they're going to, and you miss out on most of that. Another way it can be tough is having to deal with severe weather from time to time. Driving a car in bad weather is bad enough, but it gets a bit tougher and trickier when you're in an articulating vehicle that's about 70 feet long and can weigh as much as 80,000 pounds. Sometimes even more. My least favorite type of bad weather is strong winds, especially if I'm driving empty or have a light load. With a very light load or an empty trailer, a 35-mile-per-hour wind gust is plenty enough to tip you over. However, even if you have a heavier load, driving in very windy conditions isn't very fun. It can be very taxing and tiring, and it's not unusual that by the end of the day, my arms are sore from wrestling with the steering wheel against the wind to keep the truck straight and in my lane. But the one thing that there is to contend with that's probably toughest of all is having to constantly deal with the general motoring public. The standards for getting a driver's license in the United States are so low, so lax, and practically non-existent that the quality of drivers we have on the roadways is abysmal. Having to deal with that for up to 11 hours per day grinds away at a person's sanity slowly but surely. It's the primary reason that I make use of a dash cam, because it's not a matter of if, but when. When I eventually get mixed up with some human wasteland that does something stupid and gets them killed or somebody else killed and causes a huge accident involving me, I want to have proof that it wasn't my fault. And I've had many, many close calls over the past 9 years that I've been on the road. That's only speaking to the negatives though. I have been through and have seen 47 states. The only state that I have not been to or seen is Rhode Island. However, I doubt I'm missing much. No offense, Rhode Island. Hell, maybe I am missing a lot. I guess we'll find out if I ever get through there. I have seen many amazing things and places along my travels, places I otherwise may have never seen because I simply didn't know they existed, or because they're somewhere off the beaten path, where most people naturally wouldn't be unless they live there. So all of the aforementioned drawbacks are worth it, at least to me, for having had those experiences and continue to have those experiences. Although not everything you get to see is pleasant. Prime example being this guy's ass crack and this random pair of underwear stuck in a tree. Another positive, apart from having to deal with the general motoring public, is that I don't have to deal directly with people. And that's great news because I'm generally not a fan of people. It's me, myself, and I got my task in front of me, my job to do, and I don't have to rely on anyone else. I don't have to worry about anyone else. I don't have to worry about some Karen having a meltdown about this or that. I have friends and family who work retail, and they always have stories to tell what nightmares customers are. Those stories make me so thankful that I do what I do and I don't have to deal with those people. I don't have to deal with anything like that. And as for that swamp donkey that caused that accident, I mean, I don't think he knew that his brakes were going to fail, but he had to have known that his actions would eventually come to his brakes failing. You go down a mountain too fast, you're not going to be able to slow yourself down. I mean, if you got a light load or an empty trailer, that's a whole different story. You could do just fine. But if you got a heavy load going way too fast down the mountain or down a hill, whatever it is, that's going to be the result, 100%. And he should have known better. And when he had the opportunity to go on the escape ramp to slow him down, he should have done that, but he didn't. So I did not feel bad for him when he got those 100 years. I mean, there was a lot of truckers that got all high and mighty and started huffing and puffing about how they're never taking a load to Colorado again, where that happened. It's like, okay, Jethro, you do you, boo-boo. But me, I wouldn't defend somebody like that. To defend an indefensible position, you just end up looking like, what is that? There's a word for it. It's an idiot.
Ooh, that's a bingo.
You can say he made a mistake, he made a boo-boo, whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, the guy, his actions resulted in people dying. And when your actions result in people dying, you can't undo that. Saying sorry doesn't cut it. Sorry is just a word. It doesn't actually do anything. If somebody stabs you and then they say they're sorry, does it really matter? If somebody willfully does something against you, or because they refused to take appropriate action and it harms you, saying sorry, apologizing, being regretful, those things do absolutely nothing. You can break a vase, but no matter what you do, you can try gluing it back together, polishing it, cleaning it up. It's never going to be the way it was before. And there's nothing you can do to change that. And so that guy getting 100 years, I have no doubt he didn't set out to do what he did, but his own lack of awareness behind the wheel of a semi-truck led to people losing their lives. So yeah, 100% he deserves those 100 years. But obviously he's not going to serve 100 years. His sentence was reduced. I don't know what it was reduced to, but it is what it is. I'm not going to be like those other people that got all huffy puffy because he got 100 years. I'm not going to get huffy puffy that he didn't get 100 years. He's going to serve time and his life is ruined. His career is over. He's going to get out and he's going to have to figure something else out to do. I don't know. Maybe he can get a job at FedEx, sorting packages, or I don't know, mopping a floor at Target. I don't know. But yep, those people lost their lives and that cannot be undone. Anyways, dogegamer, I hope that answers your question and I hope you're all having a great